Welcome back. Today we are talking about a traditional saving pools where people come together, pull money together, and then one person takes it. These people could be friends, co-workers, family members, but the question remains, what happens when someone defaults? Anyway, to answer this question and more is our conversation starter by NTA Ibadan, and they'll be taking a look at the tradition of thrift.
Thrift savings in Nigeria has a long, deeply rooted history that predates the introduction of formal banking systems. Then, people live in close-knit communities where trust, cooperation, and mutual help was vital for survival. They found ways of pulling resources together to enable members meet their financial needs. This gave birth to community-based savings and loan schemes.
When population had not been increased as this, and there were no banks, people came up with the idea of, thrift, that is putting their money together and sharing it by either giving it to somebody to go and execute his projects.
Across ethnic groups in Nigeria, thrift savings is called different names even though they operate in similar ways. It is called Ajo among the Yorubas. The Igbos call it Esusu, while the Hausas call it Adashi. This is aimed at promoting savings, mutual aid, and ensuring that individuals within the community have access to credit.
Whatever was the Esusu that was going to be contributed, nobody will embezzle it. Nobody will say, nobody will fail when it was his turn to contribute that money.
They are just a means of helping each other to be able to acquire some certain things that an individual cannot get on his or her own.
One will wish to know how thrift savings operated before banks became widespread. Farmers, traders, and artisans took advantage of thrift savings to do one thing or the other.
I'm a widow. If it's not because of this thrift saving, I will not be able to put anything on my table. When we collect, we start returning every day. Like I return every day 3,600. Then I will collect 81,000. So by the time I finish paying it, I'll collect another one. That money is their post. As we collected that money, we have to pay it back.
Aside from enabling people to meet their financial needs, thrift savings also provided a rallying point for participants.
People used to think that thrift society thrives best with the informal sector. It has gradually also come into the formal sector. So you see people using thrift to send children to school, using thrift to buy goods for their business.
Some will use the money for other social engagements like marriage for their children, like organizing freedom for those of their children that went to learn some trade.
However, thrift savings has its flaws.
The setback is there can be a kind of a partiality, being biased. The setback will be inequalities, right? Because when you are in an association, you should treat yourself equally.
To meet the two major challenges are the issue of trust and the issue of debt.
Thrift savings in Nigeria represent a continuity between tradition and modern finance. It is important to know how relevant it is in today's financial landscape.
That is the metamorphosis of the microfinance we see now, where people came up with an idea and they said, okay, let us form ourselves into groups.
As a matter of fact, thrift savings strives in most big markets in Dugbe, Aleshinloye, and Bodija, all in Ibadan. Participation in thrift savings is voluntary, and for it to achieve its purpose, honesty and good reputation is required. One thing is sure, thrift savings remains a vital tool for economic participation, especially among low-income earners and workers in the informal sector.
Thank you, NTA Badom. Participation is free, but what is required is honesty and a good reputation because everything is based on trust. There are no rules. There are rules unspoken, but there's no law or policy guiding this thrift collection. But it's a joy to collect, wouldn't you say? Now let's talk about the pros of collection. Wow, I know that time of the month when it's your own turn, that thing you have planned for, you collect it en masse and you can fully put it to use. But trust, like we say, is a key factor. Let's now go to NTA Mina, where there's talk about the pros of this thrift collection.
Busy markets of Mina to rural communities in Bako and Wushishi, Esusu, or Ajo, or also known as Adashe, traditional thrift and savings schemes continue to shape lives and livelihoods, build on trust, unity, and discipline. These collective pools have long served as a financial safety net for individuals and families, turning little drops into mighty streams of progress.
I start this business from my savings, that from my contribution that I'm saving. Today, I can even support my family, feed them, send my children to school, build house, and do some other things. Even I employ others.
These are stories of success, proof that collective savings foster empowerment, responsibility, and hope.
It's so you price anyway, because the other thing we do every week. Once I pack at times, I used to be amazed with what I saw. And I use it to start my shop. And at time when I'm broke, it helped me. So I'm so impressed.
Adashi is very, very good. It's something I've been doing for years. I used to tell people that it is a very good thing to do Adashi, even if it is daily, weekly, or monthly, depending on how you are capable of doing it. Even if it is 200, 500, 1,000, it will help you. I've been doing that Adashi for so many years now. I use it to buy land. I use it to train my child in school. I use it to open the shop. That's same Adashi. But I know there's a disadvantage on it. If you happen to fall into a wrong hand, the person will run away with your money. But me, the person I've been doing this Adashi for years now, I know him to his house, of which I know he will not run away with my money. My advice to people is that even if it's a little business that you're doing, save that money every blessed day, because that is what I am doing. Even if it is 200, 500, 1,000, how you're capable of doing it, do it because it is very, very good. It can help tomorrow.
Contribution, it has to do with trust. Trust here means everything. When you want to engage yourself in Adashi, if trust is taken away, that Adashi cannot stand. And so, it is inevitable that we have to embrace trust and honesty in the journey of contribution. The contribution here simply means savings. The individuals coming to have a common contribution so that these savings will equally save you tomorrow. That is the picture.
Indeed, trust remains the true currency of these schemes. Without formal regulations, honesty and personal reputation hold the system together. But in today's digital world, questions arise. Can these traditional savings pools survive the wave of modern banking and technology? Are they still relevant in ensuring financial inclusion and security?
Modern system will only come to augment the traditional system, because if you look at the traditional system, the issue of risks is an issue. Trust is also an issue. But the modern system is a system that will come with technology, like the IT tech companies, whereby the accessibility is going to be enhanced through an online system or technological system, It's going to reduce that fear of fraud, and it's also going to reduce that risk of somebody's money taken away, because the system is going to be through the technological system where people contribute, but the money will be kept maybe in an account.
From Esusu to Adashe, the spirit of collective savings lives on, reminding us that beyond money, it is trust, unity, and shared vision that sustains communities.
Thank you so much, NTA Mina. I mean, thrift, Esusu, saving lives since 1900. Like Thelma said, when it is your turn to collect. Anyway, entertaining us today is Baba Ojonogwa JFO. He is a music director and an international entertainer. Let's see his profile.
Rotational Savings and Credit Associations. You can call them Ruska. You can call them Ruska. Hey, good morning, my people. This is me, myself, and I on AM Express again. Oh, I want you to know. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, and you're here to talk about so many things that you love, most especially money, 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 money. Tell me, who no like money? Tell me, who no like money? Money, 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 money. How to save your money is what we're talking today. Rotational Savings and Credit Associations. You can call them Ruska, Ruska. You can call them Ruska. Eh. Some say na Adashi, Ususu, Ajo. Whatever you call it, I want you to know. Trust isn't very, very, very important in what we call Rotational Savings and Credit Association. Me, I call them Ruska, Ruska, Ruska. Hey, see, money is very important. Money is so, so important. And that is how your savings is important. You've got to save some money for tomorrow, tomorrow. Save some money for tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Save some money for tomorrow. Rotational Savings and Credit Associations. You can call them Ruska. You can call them Ruska or whatever, but I know say for here, we call them Adashe, we call them Usu, we call them Ajo, we call them credit facilities where our Africans don't they do before the banking system came. But today, Rotational Savings and Credit Association, you can call them Ruska. Ruska, 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 Ruska. Hey, this is your weekend deal. This is your weekend deal. This is your weekend deal on NTA. NTA. This is your weekend deal. This is your weekend deal on NTA. NTA. This is your weekend deal on NTA. Weekend deal on NTA. NTA, and we're talking about Rotational Savings and Credit Association, where you save your money, where you save your money, where you save your money on NTA Weekend Deal. NTA Weekend Deal. That's where we are today. That's where we are today. And my name is Baba Ojonugwa JFOOO. Rotational Savings and Credit Association. You can call them Roska, but some call them Adashi, Osusu, or Ajo. Rotational Savings and Credit. Yeah, I hope you're having fun on Weekend Deal. Yes, we're talking about Rotational Savings and Credit Association. Good morning.
Baba Jonugwa, was that rich or was that rich? Imagine encapsulating our topic, our focal point today in your wonderful rendition. Thank you so much, Baba Ojonugwa. What an unveiling, we would say. We're talking about the traditional pool saving methods which our ancestors incorporated over time, which many of us have imbibed even in these days. We especially let you know that trust is an integral matter, and it's not how it looks on the surface, it's what's going on the inside. Well, our guests are here, so let's begin to meet them so we can get to the meaty matter. Asenokai Winifred is the manager of Bloom Cooperative Limited. Her profile is now.
Welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For inviting me. It's a pleasure being here this morning.
Indeed it is. It's a pleasure to have you too.
Thank you.
Okay, with that pleasure, I also welcome to our studio Agori Fabian. He's a financial expert. Sir, you're welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here. Your studio is amazing.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
That's so rich, isn't it? And it will further nourish our discourse. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
and we also welcome Mr. Theophilus Ogbajule. He's also a financial services expert. It's great to have you join us today on Weekend Deal.
Thank you. Thank you for having me in your inviting me for this program. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for the viewers.
Okay. So, Mr. Theophilus, I will begin with you. You were the last person that welcomed us, so naturally I'll start with you. Trips, Ajo, Esusu. Have you ever been part of anyone?
Thank you for the question. Yes, I've been part of a number of trips and savings. I actually been involved in the management of a number of, at least two. One, I'm part of I'm a co-founder for that one. And there is another one that is run by a club which I belong to. And I've also been made to head the management of the committee that runs that one also. So yes, I've been part of trips.
What was your experience? Please follow it up with your experience and how people cooperated in that.
A lot of people as members registered as TRIP members basically to save their small incomes and to also look out for loans anytime they need them. And because the procedures for getting those TRIP loans are not as cumbersome as the process of obtaining credit facilities in the commercial banks and other financial institutions like microfinance bank, people tend to be interested in these local trips and savings because they can easily run to them and get within a short time financial support in terms of loans and credit facilities to meet up with their financial obligations. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Theophilus. Let me talk with Winifred. Winifred,
Yes,
how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You look like somebody who is sitting atop a very successful thrift society.
Well, we won't say really successful, but so far, being in the business I've been working with the company for years, and so far, one thing I've come to understand about thrift savings, it's all about trust. Like everybody keeps saying, it's trust. You don't put your money where you don't trust people. That's one. And you don't want to put in your money where you feel you cannot get back your money. So the moment people put in their money with you, they have this tendency that they are supposed to get it back at a specific period of time. Now, it works like I'm saving my money and I'm expecting to get my returns at the end of the month, at the end of the year. So people tend to trust easily, but because of their experiences, it's difficult to actually trust other companies as well.
I hadn't even asked you the question I was going to ask you, but great to give us that introduction. And you said that it's not really successful. It's successful because you are here, so something is working well thus far. But where I was going was we have daily collections.
Yeah, we do.
We have weekly. We have monthly.
Yeah.
And the way our ancestors did it, you had to have been doing something. You contribute from what you're doing.
Yeah.
Is that the way it works now? I know people who don't have jobs sometimes are even able to collect money. How does that work? Does somebody have to put in to collect, or they come and register with you and then they're eligible?
Firstly, they register. Then registration gives you a go-ahead. Then secondly, you don't just come and collect immediately. The company looks at you as a person. You must have to tend to have a business. If you want a loan, for example, you have a business you're running, and the company is helping you to facilitate your business to grow bigger. It's not that you're just coming and you don't have a job. You expect people's funds to be given. Like I stated before, these are people's money, and it's expected to them to get it back at the end of the month. Now, you made mention of there is daily, there is weekly, and there is monthly. For whosoever that is doing daily, the person might say at the end of the month, I want to get back what I have saved so far. That's where thrifty comes in place. And there is weekly also. It rotates just the way it is. So, but you don't come into a company, you don't come into a microfinance or a cooperative expecting them to give you money when you've not started banking with them.
Okay, so I'll come to you now, and my question will be, I think we should go back to the Esusu, the traditional one. If you were to organize an Esusu as a financial expert, who will you pick as part of your circle and why?
Okay, first off, let us establish what this Esusu is about, so that the viewers understand what Esusu is about. Esusu is more like a cooperative between well-defined individuals. Now, when I say well-defined individuals, it could be farmers, it could be journalists like you, it could be even civil servants. Let's say civil servants that work in the ministry.
Co-workers.
So having established that, let us now come to how I would select those who will be in my Esusu. As a businessman, I'm going to select those who are business people, because those are the ones I understand. Right, because you referred it to me, how I would do it.
Yes.
Right, so I would call it the businessman Esusu, for instance. And having established that, I will look for businessmen that are making a good amount of money in terms of income on a monthly basis. Let us say I would establish it that you must make an average of 250,000 naira monthly so that you can contribute a portion of that, and such that that portion would not affect your monthly and daily expenses. So I would not look for individuals that do not have jobs, because certainly they would default. So when I look at, for this businessman, I would do some kind of verification. I have to look at your bank account to be sure that you're making that income on a monthly basis. And then I also have to look at your books. Because, I mean, every person who I've talked regarding Esusu, they've mentioned trust. I want to move away from trust to systems, because now that's what you want me to establish as an expert. So I'm going to put a system in place. I will check your bank account to confirm that you make that amount of money. I would equally check your books to be sure that you have a good flow of income. And then I would have a session with you to say, look, how much is your expenses on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis, so that we can establish what is fair for each of us to contribute to that collective. Because the reason for default is because someone says, oh, I want to take this amount of money when it gets to my turn, right? But if someone has not also made the relevant calculation, say, can I contribute on a consistent basis?
They forget about the 11 months of the year.
Exactly. So they're just looking at what they get.
What they get.
You have to look at what you can contribute so that others will get what you're also expecting to get. So I'm going to create that kind of system. And once a system is in place, default is usually very unlikely. It is because you don't have systems in place. And once you have systems, you really don't think too much about trust. Then I'll go to the other part. I'm not going to do it the traditional way my grandfather did it. Because there are technology now, like PiggyVest, like Cowrywise, we can contribute our Esusu directly from our business account. When we establish the amount we want to contribute on a monthly basis, that will be deducted directly, because we're going to use technology like Cowrywise or PiggyVest. So they will take it directly from our account. And then I'll take it to the next level, because I don't think Esusu should just be me collecting money, contributing money, and me collecting and you collecting as well. I think it should be a contribution that would generate interest for us.
That's another level. That's another level.
Exactly. So we're going to negotiate with PiggyVest or Cowrywise and say, look, you pay us this interest for these deposits we are making into these accounts. Meaning you're drawing 50,000 per month from my account, for instance. And then we are 20 of us. You're taking 50,000. You're going to pay an interest of, say, maybe 12% on that on a monthly basis. So we're going to be generating money. Then the other part of it that I would introduce is that a portion of that money will be kept aside in case a member defaults, because you can't predict the future.
I was going there.
So that is exactly what I would do. Systems. Once you put systems in place, everything works effectively. Thank you.
It works up until it doesn't work.
Yes, I agree.
It works up until it doesn't work. I want to ask you something, Mr. Chefilo.
Yes.
You know, when our grandparents, great-grandparents, ancestors did it.
Yeah.
There were no law books. There was nothing written.
Yeah.
It was based on gentlemanly and grandmotherly agreement.
Yeah.
In spite of what you've said, all of the systemic maneuvers to ensure that nothing goes wrong, things sometimes go wrong. Hence, and more often than not, even when people have the resources, things happen and things go awry. That's why we're having this discussion. Mr. Chefilos, why did our great-grandparents succeed? And why now, with all the technology, innovation, ingenuity, why can systems sometimes fail? Even when some members have incoming resources, things malfunction. Sentiments come in.
Thank you.
In spite of his best attempts to ensure that we follow just systems, there's blood in our veins.
Right. Thank you for the question. Just like he has said, you need to put system in place. And we have emphasized from the beginning of this that the issue of trust is very important. And trust has to be from both the people that are saving and the people that are managing those cooperatives or those savings trips. From the people that are saving, you just, from what he has said, you put a system in a manner that what somebody needs, if it is the type of contribution where you give out loans from people's savings, the determining factor for giving out somebody loan should be the savings that he has contributed. And most of the time, you also need to provide a guarantor. So if you are going to give Mr. A loan, for instance, you need to compute his total savings and then add up with the savings of whoever is guaranteeing.
We're not discussing loans yet. It's still the contribution.
What
made our ancestors succeed?
Yes, no, the trust, that's what I'm talking about.
Because they had trust.
Yes, the issue of that trust. Now, the problem is that if you are able to put these issues in place, the person saving and the person who is managing the saving, we have to trust each other. You trust that when you save, at the time you need your money, the person managing your savings should be able to give you. And the person who is also collecting the savings must look at the level of contribution, the frequency of somebody's contribution, so that you can trust that this person will not default. So there has to be trust from both parties, both the person saving and that's the major thing that our ancestors embarked on. In the communities, because this thing has started in communities, you will see that people who were organizing these things were people within the community that had integrity.
Integrity is very important.
They were known for their honesty over time. So it wasn't everybody that could start a thrift like you see people rushing to patronize. It was people that communities have known them as people with character and integrity. So that's very important in also applying in the modern day thrift and service.
Interesting. You know, when it comes to December like this, on social media, you hear jokes of people losing their memories, the coordinators of the Esusus losing their memories. Or you hear that they are seeing one of the coordinators at the airport, like he's traveling and everybody's running to the airport. These jokes, I mean, on social media, it just means that people want people of integrity, loyal people. Then I will come back to you and I will say that how important are these thrift and Esusu? How important are they? Are they lifesavers? Are they necessary? Do we still need to do these contributions?
We do need them because they are lifesavers. They're lifesavers in the sense that I might not have 5 million naira to start up a business today, and I am into an Esusu platform. I've successfully, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, the 5 million I was aiming to get, I've been able to save up that 5 million because I put my mind into doing that Esusu. And I did it with a reliable person or a reliable company.
People with integrity.
People with integrity. It's helpful. It saves. It's helpful. It brings, you know, we have issues of where parents save their money somewhere and they use it to pay school fees.
True.
We have issues of where I'm a student and I'm going to use that money to pay my school fees. I'm a self-business, I'm a business person, and I want to boost my business because I've saved something up. I'm adding it to the business. Mostly now, at this point of the year, we see people, what they've saved from January, they're coming to collect because they want to reinvest it into their businesses. They want to put it back where they are getting what they've been saving so that it helps them grow their business, and it also helps them grow themselves as an individual, because a man cannot grow just by having it in your account, but you also have somewhere you're keeping aside, coming back at the end of it to take that money back and reinvest it into your business. So I would say it saves. It's very helpful.
I know that sometimes even these thrift societies have packed up, but we'll talk about that when we return. Baba Ojonigwa has something amazing for us. Perhaps you take the next chapter of our discourse and incorporate it into song so that we can dance. Baba Ojonigwa, it's over to you.
You know, talking about all this trust and all of this, when you get blessings, you know there will be trust. In our country, Nigeria, right now, we should learn to say a prayer for our beautiful country, Nigeria. I did this song a long time ago. Then it was titled, God Bless Kogi State, because I'm from Kogi State. But this time, let's see how we can do this for every single Nigerian. Let's say a prayer for our beautiful country, Nigeria, right now. Let's say, God bless Nigeria, the land and people. God bless Nigeria with peace, love, and harmony. God bless the children, Nigeria's future. God bless Nigeria with peace, love, and harmony. God bless our leaders with the wisdom of Solomon. You can call it Suleiman too, but I say, wow! God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. Nigeria is such a beautiful country. We have so much in this country. If only we learn to understand that our tribes, our tongues may differ, but in brotherhood or sisterhood we stand. Let peace, love, and harmony reign in our land. Let there be no anarchy in our land. Hey, let blessings and laughter all our hearts desire. Let blessings and laughter all our hearts desire. God bless Nigeria with peace, love, and harmony. So join me to sing now. God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. And if God bless Nigeria, God will bless you too and bless all of us. Let there be blessings, let there be peace, love, and harmony in our beautiful Nigeria. God bless Nigeria.
I didn't hear his song.
Baba Janukwa.
Oh, that was nice. Thank you so much for your rendition thus far. Do you feel he has nourished our discourse? Is it further enriched?
Yes, actually, yes.
Absolutely.
I remember when we were younger, when this chief societies just started, there was one that they called Plan Well. There was so much pump when it came up. People were collecting 10 million, 15 million. So we were watching and waiting. 6 months. Okay, we've watched enough, analyzed. Let us go and put our own. So we did. Everybody, children, put all our savings, you know. We're so excited. What we have been saving throughout the holiday, went and put it in. And they said, the least you can do is 2 months. Imagine an entire family, just minus my dad, my mother and her 6 children. We went there with our big bag to put our millions in the Ghana must go. And we met this protector and big padlock. And then police men standing there. What? We wept, you know. So that's how I was saying, sometimes even these societies, as best as they are managed, they fail. And there was no refund. Despite the fact people were arrested, some escaped, like patients mentioned airports.
Yes.
People left the country. We were never able to recover, even our startup grants. So I want to ask you, Mr. Fabian, sometimes, I don't know, we've talked about integrity. So before people put in their money, they do their due diligence. But there are cases where, amidst all of that, systems fail or people fail. Whether it's the blood, whether they loan the money, but something happens and we don't get our money. With this new innovation and the high level of sophistication you've just described, I see a way out for those, even when systems or human beings default. Tell us more about that.
Okay, I would quickly say this because it's important. Now, there's a difference between a cooperative society and an ESUSU.
Exactly.
Let us
Yes.
really establish.
Yes.
A cooperative
Yes.
society
Yes.
is an established organization that helps people manage their finances.
Yeah.
Micro businesses and individuals.
Yes.
Because they do both consumer and
Yes.
individuals,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Now, an ESUSU is an enclave, let me use that,
Yes.
or a collection of individuals who come together, regulate themselves, right? They have the same type of interest. Let's say barbers, for instance. Those who work in barbing salons, they can say, okay, let us come together and do an esusu where we contribute 10,000 per week, and then someone collects it at the end of the month.
Yes.
That is an esusu. Now, the one you mentioned with regards to your family going
was a society.
Yes, a cooperative society.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Now, I would say instead of going to a typical cooperative society, please use PiggyVest or use CarryWise. They are regulated by CBN and SEC, and they've been consistent for years. They are going nowhere because these guys have a vision for their business, just like Money Point, the microfinance bank. Yes. Okay? So if you're going to a typical cooperative society, just like the Bloom, because of course I won't demarket them, but they've dealt with a lot of Nigerians, and we must establish it.
Yes.
So if you must do thrift with a cooperative society, right, you have to establish the owners of that cooperative society. You have to look at their precedents. Because I won't invest in Bloom, for instance, unless I know the operators of Bloom. I have to look at their precedents. What have these guys done over the years? Because if you're operating a cooperative society and you're not a professional in your area of expertise, and you have not built some level of wealth, I won't put my money with you. True. Because the likelihood that you would default and close up is very high.
Yeah.
So, but if you have integrity, let's say Fabian has been a financial expert for many years, he's built some level of wealth. I mean, he has some real estate investment as a backup, is going absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Fabian is not going to pack his bag one day and jackpot. Yeah. That's not going to happen.
So it is wise to discuss perhaps the financial consultant, because many of us, laymen and women, didn't do that.
That's correct.
Because we saw it had gone on for like a year.
That's correct.
Our neighbors, our family members were collecting. Yeah. We now went
Due diligence. Due diligence is critical.
Yeah.
Right? You just don't go by recommendation, because of course your friends can come. It's just like MMM.
Now we are learning.
Because some of these cooperative society are not too different from MMM. They take from Peter and pay Paul. Right? Yeah. So do your due diligence, establish, don't look at how long they've been around, but look at the operators, the owners, let me call them that. The guys behind this system, do they have like a control that enables them to manage their funds effectively? Control now means we have to sign together in order for money to go out. If there are not such processes, it's just one man who can pick his pen and sign a check, then don't put your money there. There has to be like a board, right, that checks these operators. And you've got to look at their system. You must ask questions, because you didn't make your money by accident. So your money should not just go by accident.
Absolutely. Money is not easy when it comes. You want to protect it and use it for what it is for. Now, our focus here is on the esusu, the ajo, the local ones, where people who trust each other come together and they put this money together, and somebody takes it with the hope that it will go around to everybody. Now, there is a coordinator, somebody who coordinates. Among, if there are 10, there's a coordinator. That person is the one who collects all the money and sends it to the person who is to collect. What is the person's cost? What does the coordinator gain? NTA Enugu will be telling us more.
It's your mood. It has landed. What has landed? The Isusu has landed. That is their life.
Isusu is a name used in the eastern part of Nigeria for an informal traditional banking system. It is a community-based model of financial cooperation with the primary purpose of pulling resources together to empower members, enabling them to achieve financial goals that would have been difficult to attain individually.
Isusu makes it easier for you to access bulk funding that you may not be able to access if you were not a part of an Isusu organization or group. For instance, as a business person, if you are involved in an Isusu group, what you would want to do with your business is to invest it and then to have it turn over more money for you. And for some people, they just use it to solve personal problems. But I think that Isusu should mostly be used as an opportunity for you to, when you get the bulk money, which you may not be able to get otherwise, you should invest it properly.
Most times, the formation of Isusu groups is simple, with people of like minds coming together to agree on fixed amounts to be contributed, which can be weekly or monthly.
Responsibility of collating these funds from individuals, sometimes they're as large as 100, 200 members in a group. The responsibility is large. Collect the money, safely deposit them in banks, running a risk between the collation and deposit. These are risks. These are responsibilities. Then at the end of the day, when they want to disburse whatever arrangement they have, either go to purchase things, to share, it is still the responsibility. Those are an enormous one.
Considering the mental work and stress of the Isusu coordinators in the management of the group's contributions and making sure that the aim of every member of the Isusu group is achieved, will it now then be out of place for the coordinators to be compensated or appreciated?
Yes and no. Yes. No, in the sense that money has a cost. If you give me 10,000 to deposit in a bank, after 30 days, I tell you the money must appreciate. There must be an interest on the 10,000. So I was thinking such interest could be enough incentive for the managers of the funds so that the people get their money intact. But at the same time, depending on their banking system, if you look at the load of job, the responsibility on them, you can say if there's a way to pay them, to make them more, enthusiastic in running it, it would be good too.
Yeah, I mean, they deserve some sort of compensation, maybe 2%, not more than 5%, not a lot. But then, the time consuming, the emotional and the physical stress that it portends for a coordinator. I mean, there should be some sort of compensation for it.
Why should you appreciate the person? You can actually appreciate the person, say thank you, but not appreciating the person from the money that people are actually contributing. You shouldn't give the person. I'm going to give the person my own money. If we are doing Isusu and I contribute, other people contributed, because somebody is the head or the coordinator, then we now said, okay, he will not expect that they collect money from my own contribution to appreciate him. For what?
Most times, Isusu groups do not have written laws guiding them. So what now happens when there is any form of mismanagement or total loss?
That is the reason why when they want to set up these groups, it is essential, very needful for them to, one, select people with integrity, people with capacity to run these things, and also know that there should be people they can hold on their character, so that if anything happens, then it becomes a chance. But on the larger scale, they should get into insurance too. Just that there's a cost to insurance. If they insure it, nobody loses any money. At the end of it, if anything happens, in case of any eventuality, nobody will lose anything. So at the point they do it, if you don't have any solid foundation, document-wise, it might be finding it difficult to make claims if there's a loss.
No matter the pros and cons, Isusu is still a lifesaver that exemplifies the Igbo spirit of entrepreneurship, mutual aid, and collective progress.
Quite interesting. That's a new dimension of Isusu, the coordinator's court. Wow.
Yes, that's it. That's
wow.
It. Yes.
Okay, but tell us, before we went to Enugu, I was asking, sometimes through no fault of ours, some people can default.
Yes.
Human challenges, like we have natural disasters. You could have human challenges. Somebody's partner could fall ill, your child, or you could have a ghastly accident, and you now find yourself dipping your hand into where you ought not to have. What happens when somebody defaults? Align that with the coordinator's court.
Thank you.
How important is the coordinator's court?
Thank you for the question. Yes, let me start with the coordinator's court. Most of them, like we have said, I also want to, even before I explain that, let me put some things in perspective. The Isusu that we are talking about actually operates in two dimensions. There is the type that organizes itself into a form that people save and members can also come and collect loan. There is another one where people just contribute money, like the one is cited as an example. Maybe a group of people operating in the same sector, they may just agree that they contribute money at the end of every month. A particular member takes the money away. In that one, that's where the coordinator's court comes in form of a commission. The person coordinating the collection, at the end of it, deducts a percentage as commission before the net amount is paid to the person who is turned to collect. Now the other one, where savings are collected and the members can also access loan, does not cut, because most of those funds operate and the savings are disbursed at the end of the year. Those funds do not involve cut. Now the issue of default, in the ones that operate on the basis of savings and collection of loans, each member, if he defaults for each date of savings, he's supposed to charge a default. It's what they call a default charge. So if you are to contribute, if the minimum contribution, say, is 500 or 1,000, and on the said date that you are supposed to contribute, you fail to contribute, your saving account is charged with a particular amount. It could be 100 naira, it could be 50 naira. Now that encourages people to continue to contribute at the due date to avoid the default charges. Now, if somebody collects a loan, if it is the one that involves savings and collection of loan, if somebody collects a loan, the person is required to bring a guarantor. Now, the essence of bringing a guarantor is to try to take care of anything that could happen in case the person has defaulted in repayment or something else. Even someone can even die. You know, it's an eventuality. You say something that can happen. Now, if the person dies, what happens? How do you recover the money? Now, you need to do some due diligence. If somebody is collecting a loan and he brings a guarantor, you need to compute the total savings of the applicant and the amount, the savings of the guarantor, in such a manner that what you are approving as loan to the applicant is only a small portion of that amount that should be risk in case there is a default. So, for instance, somebody wants, you are giving out somebody 100,000. You should be able to look at his savings and the guarantor's savings so that he can cover up to 60% of that amount.
Should something happen?
Okay, should something happen, those things can be taken care of.
I just wanted to add very quickly that the default charge is called a penalty.
Yes.
There's a penalty for default.
Yes.
It's a good one.
It's all money matters. It's Ajo, it's your Susu, it's your contributions saving for the rainy day. We'll go on a break now. When we come back, Weekend Deal is still on, so don't go away.
We've not heard your voice in a while.
Lagos,
so I have to come back to you.
Abuja, the city is moving. New voices, heavy drip, all heart. From the streets to the stage, this is the next Afrobeat star.
Yo! What are we here for? Let's Afrobeat star! Let's get nasty!
And the talents from all over showed up to own the room. But they're not alone.
Spiritual. Gospel.
All chasing a slot to face the judges. Puffy T, SARS, Andre Vibes, P Pride. Catch next Afrobeat star on
From the Atlantic across the savannah to the Sahara, we rise, a land of the free, we know they tire. We dream great, Our spirit is undying.
Resilient, rooted like palm tree. We sway in colors. With undying demand. We bet solutions. We ignite passion. Yeah. Ethnicity is unique. We are more than just a nation.
We are Nigeria. We are Nigeria. Strengthening unity. We know they carry lives. We are Nigeria. We are Nigeria. Together live the dream of a land with great destiny. We are Nigeria.
I am the real Nigerian. Brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
So sometimes I ask myself, why is music so music is the food of love. Music is the food I eat. Music is everything to me, and that is why I sing my song. Like I say, oh mi gala uje, udola mi majano. That means I'm igala. I no go hide myself for anywhere. Oh mi gala uje, udola mi majano. That means I am igala, and I no go hide myself. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I say, I'm a typical Nigerian, and I love my beautiful Nigeria. I'm a typical Nigeria, and I love my beautiful Nigeria. A beautiful country where everybody is happy. They say we're the happiest people in the whole world, you know that? A beautiful country where everyone is happy. Nigeria, such a beautiful country. Everyone is just smiling away in Nigeria. No matter what we're going through, always remember our beautiful country. We're from the north, south, east and west. Wherever you come from, just remember, say Nigeria is a beautiful country. And every day of my life I would sing it and say, I'm proud to be a Nigerian. Very, very proud to be Nigerian. Yes, I'm proud to be a Nigerian. Very, very proud to be Nigerian. I am Nigerian. Nigerian. I am Nigerian. I'm proud to be. Yes, I am Nigerian. Nigerian. I'm so proud to be a Nigerian. I am Nigerian. Nigerian. And so proud to be a Nigerian. I am Nigeria. Nigeria. I'm so proud to be a Nigeria. Are you proud? Are you proud? Are you proud to be a Nigeria? See, there is no country, no part of this world that doesn't have their own problems, you know. No matter what we're going through, let's all remember this is Nigeria, the greatest of all countries in the world. The happiest people live in Nigeria. No matter what you say, we'll keep smiling because we are Nigeria. I am Nigerian, proud Nigerian.
Baba Ojonogwa, or is it Baba? You know, somebody's asking here, he says, I know that this amazing, talented young man is from my part of town. I want him to play an Igala song for me. But we'll come to that later, Baba, if you would like to. You want to do that now, but maybe later. I wanted to ask Winifred something. When you say thrift and cooperative society, is there a difference? Can you throw more light on that?
The difference is not much, because in registering a cooperative society, you have to inculcate the thrift aspect of it. Thrift is like a small saving platform that is set aside. Now, for a cooperative is a group of people coming together for the aim of helping individuals manage their funds and also help small-scale business owners. That's the cooperative aspect. And for the thrift aspect, is for those that want to do the daily or the weekly, monthly kind of savings. That's where the thrift aspect comes into play. So I would say for those running a cooperative and a thrift society, it's all about getting people's investment and also giving out to small-scale business owners to add up to their businesses and to their loans and to their whatever they need to use the money for. So that's all about thrift and cooperative.
Okay, so like we said during the break, this financial arrangements have come to stay.
Yeah.
We can only upscale them,
Yeah.
modernize them, like you're just telling us about the piggy thingy and the piggy vest and all that. So we can upscale them because whether we like it or not, society is evolving. Yeah, and then the need for people to get cash to do business will always be there. Now, one of the reasons why these things fail is managing expectations. Managing expectation and keeping it real. Yeah. For example, you're working in the same place like we are doing in NTA. We know how much we get at the end of the month. We should be able to keep it real. So talk about managing expectations. We are here now. A lot of young girls, they must say something at the beginning. You're not working. You're doing a monthly contribution. And so you see them running up and down, doing things they shouldn't be doing to meet up. So I need you to speak to that, is financial wisdom and how to carry on. Because everybody needs this money. Please, can you talk about managing expectations and keeping it real? Why doing a susu or any of the savings?
This issue you raised is very important. In fact, I was on NTA some time ago, and it was the beginning of the year. I talked about budgeting.
Yeah.
And I also talked about how to grow your wealth.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to come here now and say that if you do not learn how to be frugal, in fact, I talked about Parkinson law at that time. If you don't learn how to be frugal, you're going to get into trouble. Now, for the young girls who are possibly trying to contribute 100,000 per month,
when they don't have any
putting themselves under a lot of pressure, they would get into serious trouble. Serious trouble now means, one, you possibly would start dating somebody's husband, and that could lead to your death, because we need to establish it. People get very jealous. Women get very jealous if a young girl they call side chick comes to take their husband. So for you, a young girl, you don't want to put yourself under that pressure. You can grow wealth, but you have to take it one step at a time. I use the word frugal. I'm going to explain it. There's a bigger one. It's called frugality.
Yes.
You have to live within your means. That's where you can save. If you don't have a means, then you have to start with a means. You have to learn a skill. You have to learn a skill. You can learn how to become a fashion designer, a makeup artist. You can learn to become a hairdresser. You just have to get a skill. If you're a graduate, get a job or start a small business. Don't put yourself under pressure for no reason. Even if you work in NTA, don't put yourself under pressure.
Yes.
Live below your means, not even within your means. Live below your means.
Yeah.
Right? And then only go into an isusu that you know you can contribute on a consistent basis. Let us say, for instance, your capacity is 5,000 naira per month.
Yes.
Join that isusu and have a plan for it. I've always said, don't save for the rainy day. Save for investments. Because if you want to grow your wealth, you've got to have a plan. It's not just savings. So when you save, and then your friend comes and says, look, I have financial issues, you then pack the money and give to your friend. So what is the purpose of the savings? So save for investments. Save and say, look, I want to start buying mugs and branding them for different companies and sell to them. So you make a 20 or 25% on it, you have grown your wealth. Okay? So don't put yourself under any pressure, whether a guy or a lady, because guys too put themselves under pressure. You see a mechanic who possibly makes 10 or 15,000 naira per day wants to contribute 50K per week on a susu. It's not possible. You've got to eat from that money you make.
Yeah, that's true.
So Only put in that amount you know you can save away and have a purpose. Because, of course, the reason why you're doing a susu is because you want to grow your wealth. Like she's always emphasized. Now, I'm saying this to you. Don't go outside what you can do. Only go within your means, and you can grow your wealth gradually. So when you save that money, let's say, for instance, you have saved away and you have 100,000. Think of where to put that money. You can put that money in a savings account that yields interest before you come up with an idea that you can put that money into and turn it over by 100% within a period of time, maybe 3 months, 6 months. So that is what I can say to that. Don't put yourself under no pressure. You will become rich if you design a plan, you save for it and invest. That's certain, and I know it for sure.
It's becoming very glaring that, especially now, we need to seek some financial advice.
Yes.
When it comes to money that is hard-earned, we shouldn't just put it anywhere. Little matter how impressive and colorful the commercial is for that. Well, I have a feeling we'll make arrangement to meet Fabian and Theophilus after the show, and perhaps even Winifred as well. The messages are here, and we'd like you to identify yourself and tell us where you are reaching us from so we can know exactly who we are reading from. Enoch Ikota from Lafia says, you are all looking great. Happy Sunday. Enoch, are you following the trend of our conversation? How is it impacting you? Thrifts and pools should be extinct in this age and time. So says another. Says there are primitive banking techniques and it only benefits early drawers from the pool, leaving the late collectors receiving only his principal. You may be lucky if you get the principal. You could get the head teacher or even the substitute teacher. Okay. Well, this is a bit personal. We've had this girl's father has written us before, but now the daughter is, reaching us. Permit me to take this, if I may. She says, "Good morning, Big Mommy. I'm Thelma Theresa Elisha. My daddy told me he named me after you in 2003 when I was born." And I took it upon myself to go for similar courses like yours. Next year, I hope to go for my NYSC.
That's good.
And I read mass communication. I'm referring to you, Thelma Obaze.
Yeah.
I did take her father's number, and I was to reach out to you. I will reach out to you both today. Thank you so much. That's, see, broadcasting, everybody is inspired. Please do your due diligence, okay, and also be a person of integrity. That's our focal point today. This is for Baba Ojonugwa. Hajara says, play an Igala song for me. I know you are one of us. Well, he's one of we. We are we. We are together. He's a Nigerian. But she wants him to play a special Igala song for her, Hajara. I hope he has that. Okay. Dr. Razak Anuja says, reaching us from Abuja. He says, hello, everyone, especially the experts in the studio. Greet us too now. But the ones that are talking with the experts. Okay, it says, a cooperative society is the best way of creating wealth amongst people, but it needs to be managed with integrity, strong and firm leadership. It says a cooperative is not owned by any individual. That's why there are bylaws to regulate dominance. Okay, it's for no one. It's for everyone. And if you know how to be a part and succeed, the better for you. Don't compare it to a Ponzi scheme or MMN. They are not the same. Perhaps you heard my story of Planwell. How we went to the Ghana Must Go. So I'm going to be rich today. And we met irons and padlocks. Okay, someone say, hi, my name is Bassi. I want to ask something. Okay, this is not too clear, but let me read it as Bassi has sent it. He said, when I make my money, why will somebody else now come and enjoy it? Is that so? I don't like that method. I don't know which part of our discussion Bassi
Who's enjoying the words?
I'm sure she's referring to those who would now take the money and run
away. Those who are at the airport.
Exactly.
Those who are at the airport.
The ones that lose their memory.
I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Okay, I just take one more. Someone says the people who should really do this Osusu are those who are in the construction industry. They get money every day. Whether they're carrying water, making blocks, they make money. People don't see them as rich, but they make a lot of money. So any amount they invest, if they plan it well, they will make something in a short period of time. Well, our experts are here, and I don't know, I didn't understand what that gentleman said. Like we said, it's the airporters.
Memory losers. Those that you've given your money to and they decide to just run away with your money.
It's not our time to tell stories, but there was one short cautionary tale I heard many years ago, how somebody did this thing, took off, he intentionally picked the first, took everybody's money, went
And
abroad.
left.
A year later, one of the members who had wept and cried, her sibling was in the same country where the man that likes to travel by air was. And they met in a place where he couldn't run. And he was confronted in a foreign land.
You see?
So even though he didn't pay, his name was stained, which was not his intent.
That's it. That's correct.
Patience, please take it from here.
I'm just, there's nowhere to hide. Okay, NTA Abuja is standing by. I was going to ask you a question, but NTA Abuja is standing by, and they are eager to join this amazing conversation. NTA Abuja.
Every day, millions of Nigerians make use of various financial methods to transact. For Amina, accessing the needed funds for her daily commute is not one for the banking halls. She makes her way to the POS vendor every day to withdraw the 4,000 naira she needs for her along. Though this transaction will cost her 100 naira, she believes it's little inconvenience for her time. For decades, Nigerians have depended on traditional banks for saving, borrowing, and transferring money, financial investments, and more. The challenges of traditional banking, which include long wait hours, multiple bank charges, incessant verification, and paperwork, among others, have led many seeking for alternative banking methods. This need crisscrosses the rise in user-friendly technology like smartphones, internet access, and mobile applications. Financial technology saving apps and digital cooperative societies are offering faster, cheaper, and more accessible ways to manage money, often without stepping into a banking hall.
The reality is that a lot have actually changed. A lot have changed in the sense that we have moved from the traditional model of doing things in banking now to a digital platform now. Most banks have actually tried to change their operating model from the normal traditional banking services that we have to a digital platform, in the sense that they've tried to migrate most of their services to a platform. That means you have to do it on the internet. So the dynamics have changed, and any banks now that does not put technology into its corporate strategy is actually behind.
Traditional community models like Ajo and Esusu are also getting a digital upgrade with apps like PiggyVest, Cowrywise, Alert, and many who offer convenient services that the user can link to their traditional banks and still be able to save daily, weekly, or as they choose. Cooperative societies have also served as alternative financial service providers, especially when they are rightly constituted. It offers a blend with traditional and modern, even for those who are not tech-savvy.
A cooperative is a business funded by members. There's like 2-3 people coming together to form a business, you understand, and to make the quality of people's life more better. That's general meaning of cooperative. Like, you bring your own money, I bring my own money, we put it together to run a business, to meet people's immediate needs. I think that is what cooperative really has been meant for. So now, if you have a problem and you are being attended to, you have a problem of 50,000 naira and you can just do like this and it will be solved. You know, that's one of the things that make me happy. I have somebody that comes to me and say, oh, I want to pay my children's school fees. I want to pay house, the landlord want to send me out. By the time you go to bank, you know, it will take a lot of processes. And because you are a member of that cooperative, there's a guarantee for you that there's no how. Even if there's no money, you'll be attended to.
And if you look at it like OPay, Money Point, is it Palm Pay, they've actually captured the retail segments of Nigerian economy, most especially SME, because of the way they were able to break into the market, because there are mobile money operators where people can open their account with a phone number. And if you go around all these local markets that you see, the kind of periods you'll be seeing will be Money Points, OPay, PalmPay. So they really drive some level of financial because they are just really like an agent, but they are now using technology to drive their process. And in that sense, they've been able to capture the retail segments of the Nigerian banking space. But the key challenge is that there is no appropriate KYC. And I think CBN is doing something now, trying to regulate that particular space so that there's more transparency in what they are doing, and there's appropriate KYC so that people don't just use them probably to launder money or to perpetrate any fraud or do any sort of things that does not align with the rules and regulation of our country.
Despite the risks, with the right safeguards, these alternatives are proving to be powerful tools, especially for underserved groups like market women, artisans, and youth in rural areas. Nigerians are redefining how they manage money. No longer limited by location or bureaucracy, people are now taking control of their financial futures in ways our parents could only dream of.
Thank you so much, NTA Abuja. Some of you wrote in and said that you want to hear Baba Jonogwa singing Igala and Igbira. And of course, Baba Jonogwa doesn't take last now. They take last. Let's allow Baba Jonogwa blow us away in Igala and Igbira.
Well, let me do something for my people who have been asking for an Igala song, an Igbira song, a Kogi song. So let's see how we can just play around and do something like this now. Nyase, olale, ekurabo. That is how we say welcome. That's how we say welcome in Kogi State, We say Nyase, that's Igbira. We say Olale, that's Igala. Ekurabo, that's Okun. And so many other languages in Kogi State. But let me do it again so that you can sing along with me now. Let's go. Nyase, Olale, Ekurabo. That is how we say welcome. But there's this part of Nigeria that I love so much. That's Lagos. But the first time I went to Lagos, I remember something that happened. Hi, hunger wire me well. Because in Lagos, you got to shine your eyes. And so I did this song. Ojo kunyaja eko ebio. Ebi kwami wojo mili. Oje kmadumi je Georgie kachio. Omi kmadumi mo chide neko ebio. Ebio ma yemi ebio. Hey! Ebio ma yemi ebio. Ojo kunyaja eko. Ebi kwami wojo mili. Oje kmadumi je Georgie kachio. Omi kmadumi mo chide neko ebio. Ebio ma yemi. Ebi is hunger, And when I went to Lagos, hunger catch me. Hunger catch me, because I went there to hustle. Hunger catch me. Hunger catch me, because I went there to hustle. But that's a story for another day, Ebio Miami, Ebio Miami, Ojo kunyaja eko, Ebi kwami wojo mili, Oje kmadumi je Georgie kachio, Omi kmadumi mo chide neko, Ebio Miami, That kind hunger, You go want to cry, but you no go fit to cry. When hunger catch you no go fit to shout. You go just the look, because Ebio Miami, Ojo kunyaja eko, Ebi kwami wojo mili, Oje kmadumi be Georgie kachio, Omi kmadumi mo chide neko, Ebio But the good thing about Lagos is no matter what you're going through, you just keep smiling, 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 smiling. Oh, them saying are suffering and smiling, but I say it's the Nigerian spirit. We never give up. If you.
Thank you so much. That was nice. That was nice. Our guest here was just saying you are a prolific entertainer.
Yeah.
The way you weave through words, and obviously you are making them up as you go along. I think that's a true gift. Well, someone is telling us here that Mr. Fabian has given him expert advice over time and is trying now to put it in practice. And so far, with the little he has done, he can see a definite improvement in his financial
That's
in his finances. Well, you didn't tell us your name. We'd like to know who you are. Okay, someone said, what is the meaning of a susu? But hold the thought. I will let the lady tell us. But let me just read one more. Someone says, hello, beautiful people. My name is Lawrence Lankwap from Plateau State. I'm a retired director of cooperative services.
Yeah.
Cooperative societies can truly create wealth if members are honest and maintain a high sense of integrity. But beyond the members, they need a coordinator at the society who understands the growth and the wealth process. But what do I know? Oh, tell us the meaning of a susu. Someone is asking, Emeka Solomon.
A susu is called savings. So the Easterners, they call it a susu. The Yoruba call it ajo. The Hausa calls it adashe. It's little savings you're keeping aside. General term is savings.
Just like one more. Someone said, I'm very happy with this topic. If we listen, we truly can learn. My name is John Orikaku from Port Harcourt.
That's interesting.
So, Esusu, like we always say on the show, society is evolving, Mr. Fabian.
That's
we
correct.
cannot do this the way we did it last time. We must evolve. So, and I know you've mentioned one or two things we can do, but again, I must also state that there are some people who will continue to do their Esusu, and there are some people who are planning to start this month or next month. So just give them advice, you know, keep it, like we said at the beginning, we said, within you, people of your ilk, people that are the same as you.
That's correct.
So, and all that. So still give people advice, and then for people who want to upgrade their Esusu, also talk to them about it.
Okay, so typically, if you ask me to advise people who want to start Esusu now, I would say, first and foremost, design an agreement amongst all of you that everyone will sign up for. I had said earlier, make sure that those who you are bringing into your Esusu are either recommended by people within your cycle or those who work within your same environment.
That's true.
And ensure, first verify that they have a steady stream of income. Because the challenge is truly the issue of integrity. And integrity sometimes, just like she said, that is not because you don't have integrity, but because an unforeseen circumstance or situation came up and you had to default. Let me put it like that. So in this case, how do we mitigate against such defaults so that the individual does not say, I don't have money, or my wife got sick, I have to take the money to go and take care of my wife. If the man has a steady stream of income and he knows what he can contribute specifically, even if his wife falls ill, he will still be able to contribute that amount. So first off, do an agreement. Every person who's going to come to contribute, let us define what will bind us together, right? And then put a penalty in place, just like my brother said. Put a penalty and let it be stiff. If the penalty is stiff, people are unlikely to default, because when you default, you must pay the penalty. It means that you are losing money instead of gaining money. Right? And then going forward, also ensure, this is very important, I must emphasize this one, ensure that your Esusu is not held in cash. That Esusu must be contributed to an account. It's either you're using a microfinance bank, or you are using a money deposit bank, or you are using the fintech companies like MoneyPoint, OPay, Cowrywise, Piggyvest, any one of those savings method you want to use. Don't do cash, because that's where challenges come in. Some people say, oh, I kept this money in my box in my house. I don't know who came to steal it.
The crocodile.
I don't know.
I'm
just laughing already because that is just a danger, a red flag.
Okay, so don't hold cash. Make sure it goes into the account and let it be, you know, in such a way that it is programmed. It's automatic. Let it come from your account directly.
Yes.
There's a way the banks will help you with it, so that every month there's a deduction, or every week there's a deduction. If it's daily, every day there's a deduction, right? Once you put all of that in place, then of course, I said it before, I will say it again, ensure that your money generates money. Right? Because we have to grow this wealth. It's unlike before where we just keep that fund and then we give Madam our own share, we give Oga his own share. No. Oga and Madam share should generate money that we will share at the end of the cycle.
Yeah.
Right? Because there will be interest on ground. And that interest should be shared amongst all the contributors. Then this very other important point I want to make is that the coordinator should be rotated. It shouldn't just be one individual.
Oh, that's a good one.
Rotate your coordinator. Okay? And then importantly also...
But there are qualities that we do seek in people that
not
coordinate.
everybody will have that quality.
So not everybody, some people don't even want to coordinate.
Okay, now because we have automated it, coordinating just means you're just putting down records.
Okay.
It's automated. It comes from your account directly. So my job is, as a coordinator, is who gets the money. I record who gets the money this month, who gets the money next month. That's all.
Okay, it's fine.
The job of a coordinator is not a whole lot of job now, right? So going forward, the Osusu should not just look at just contributing money. They should also look at contributing money for a project, because they can do housing from it.
They'll be mutually
Yes,
beneficial.
people are always looking at Osusu like, let me collect. No. You can look at other funds. We can do collective business from it. We can buy a land collectively.
Land banking.
Yes.
It's in now.
And then we can sell that land and generate more money.
Yes.
Osusu can also not just look at personnel. They can also look at how do they contribute to their immediate community. What project can we finance from this small money? Because you see, when we talk about growing wealth, people don't understand that if you want to grow wealth, you must give back.
Yeah.
If you give back in some way, more wealth will come to you. I don't know how that works, but the universe makes it happen.
Yeah.
That is it.
I agree.
We're being told daily that is the way it works. Indeed.
Exactly.
You must give to get constantly.
So given the question that she asked, I'm taking Osusu to the next level. Please join me. Let's do this and grow wealth and impact our community together.
Mr. Fabian is doing
I'm liking that.
Let me ask Mr. Theo something. You know, we've talked about Osusu contribution. We've had 100,000, 150,000. And some people are, this salary, where will I find it? And you made it clear here now that before now this convo, what we do is we contribute December time, we go and collect. So we can send to mommy, daddy, and take care of the kids and maybe buy something special for ourselves. It's beyond that now. And also the amount, even though it's good to have a lot of money, we can also invest with small money. Tell us how. To do it small. And you said the essence of savings is to grow. So even that small money can grow. Is it you going to help us? Is it your corporation, or is it Mr. Fabian? Or is it Bloom Cooperative?
Thank you again for your question. Like you have said, the essence of saving generally, the general principle is that when you save, it is a precondition for investment. So if you are planning or you are saving money and you don't have it in mind to use that savings for an investment, then that's a wrong notion in the first place. Because saving for consumption is not going to bring any economic growth and development. So for you to grow at the level of an individual or at a family or even as a group, you must have it at the back of your mind from the onset that the essence of this saving is for us to venture into an investment. So people shouldn't just look at saving, whatever amount it is.
How much is two? How much is 1,000 too small?
It is
2,000
no,
too small?
a lot of people, a lot of this in Susu are supposed to help people to who don't even have means of collecting loans from the financial institutions to bring up these savings in a little way, so that in the end you can collect and start your business.
That's the
so whatever it is, you can look at, you can make your survey, find out the kind of business that you want to start, and then begin to look out for money to save in small amount, so that at the end of the period, instead of going to relations to beg for seed capital, looking at friends to give you seed capital, you can actually grow up your seed capital from through this savings, so that at the end of the period, you collect the money. And like he said, when people come together to save through this Nsusu, the collective group should not just be looking at saving that money at the end of the period you just disburse to members. You should also be putting that money into some small investment, so that you can have some level of turnover, and then add interest to the ones that you're saving, so that at the end of the day, it won't just be the savings that people brought in, that you have used that pool. Because like we have been talking about here, Nsusus are not formal organizations. I define them as
very informal
organizations, where people come together to form fund pools for the interests of their members who cannot access bank loans because of the charge. I mean, the conditionalities that are involved. So when you come together and form these funds, it's expected that not all the members who are in that Nsusu will demand for this money at the same time. So it can help every member at each point in time to fall back. If those that are into business, business has a lot of risk that you cannot see. We call them unforeseen risk. So once there is a business, a problem in terms of maybe you have a kind of loss, unexpected loss, you can fall back to this fund and then put yourself back in the position that you were and continue with your business. So generally, what I'm saying is that savings, once you embark on any saving, whatever is the amount, you must be expecting that you are going to put that money into an investment.
Interesting. Growing your Isusu beyond just collecting what you put in is key. I mean, that's what we're all looking for, financial growth. And so we must begin to devise more means to make this Isusu grow. Society is evolving, so we must put on our thinking caps. Now it is time for us to hand over to Godwin for Sports Summit.
Thank you, Godwin. Always exciting to touch base with you, especially if you discuss about Super Eagles, Osimhen, Victor, hat-trick, good play, and the likes of it. But there's something funny here before we say bye-bye. Somebody says, why do people always cite my wife fell ill as an excuse for defaulting? It's so funny. Is it a lie? This is misogyny at its highest level, and it's quite unfair. Yeah. We're wrapping it up now so that Baba the man can play some music for our amazing viewers who've been with us all through the show. We want to thank you, Mr. Theophilus, Mr. Fabian, my darling sister Winifred. We're coming back to you guys for expert financial advice. But for now, it's time for some body movement. Baba Ogonua, take it away.
Thank you.
Ojonugwa, thank you. Thank you.
You know that name, Ojo Nugwa, means thanks be to God. And I think the Igbo would call it Kinedilichuku and whatever, but I like to say one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Let me call you all to join me here. One love. Can you join me? One heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I would feel alright. Saying, let's get together and feel alright. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Let's get together to fight this holy Armageddon. There is one question I really love to ask. Is there a place for the hopeless sinner who has lost all mankind just to save his soul? Believe me, one love, where are you? One heart, let's get together and feel. After talking about money, let's sing. One love, what about the high? One heart, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I would feel alright. Saying, let's get together and feel alright. You see, we have been on weekend deal. We're talking about money and money. One love. Money is very important, but you've got to know the love of money is the root of evil. One heart. And so while we're singing about love, I want you all to know, there is no hiding place from the Father of creation. Sing it now. One love, what about the world? Saying, let's get together and feel alright. Let's sing it one more time. One love, and shake your body when you do. Oh, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I would feel. Now let's do this together. Say, we can deal, we can deal, we can deal, we can deal. We say we can deal, we can deal, we can deal, we can deal. So we say.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you